Week 3 of making a marathoner in the books. This was a good week. I didn't add a ton more mileage to it, but I feel like my workouts intensified a little bit more. And this was a good one. Run BMT week 3 was really good. I feel like I'm getting fitter by the weeks, and I know it's only week 3, but I really do. I feel like I'm stronger. I feel like my knowledge of running is becoming better because of Run BMT. I'm feeling really good. Monday, to kick the week off, nothing. Always recovery day run, or always a recovery day. I don't do anything because of life. Tuesday was a recovery run. I treat these as true recovery runs. I kept this one, it was supposed to be a range run between 6 and 8 miles. I kept it a little over 6 miles. I did not get crazy for this day. I kept it around an 8:50 pace, and that felt really comfortable. I really just wanted to baby the legs, get out there, get moving again after the big week. Previous week. So I just treated this as a recovery day run, and it felt really good. For this run, I used the Saucony Guide 17. Whew, that is a huge chunk of power run, and it felt really good. It's a stability shoe, and it just babied my legs. I was able to cruise at 8:50 pace, and I felt just effortless really with that shoe. The upper's plush, the bottom is plush. It's just a plush shoe to baby the legs for a recovery day run. Workout Wednesday was a doozy. Woo, this was a good one. It kicked my butt, but it was a good one. It was a fartlek workout. I did 15-minute warm-up, straight to a 6x2 minute fartlek workout, and then a 15-minute cool down. And it kicked my butt. It was a good one, but it kicked my butt. The first rep, I went out way too hard. I did about a 5:59 pace, and I paid for it at the end. I wanted to be closer to that 6:10, 6:15 to 6:20 pace. And the first one, I went out way too hard. Then I settled in, got into a little bit of a groove, got into the paces where I needed to be. But rep 5 and 6 were a struggle bus. I'm telling you, I was winded, I was hurting, especially that last rep. I did about a 6:34 pace, which I just fell off my paces. Definitely slower than I anticipated, but this was a good ego check for me. I've been feeling really good, maybe a little too good. So this was an ego check for me that I have a lot of work ahead of me. That I've been feeling good on my speed workout, but this was a point to tell me I have a lot of work ahead of me. For this run, I used the New Balance Rebel V4, and this daily trainer, I don't know what it can't do. I was able to throw that hammer down to this one and feel really good. I've been loving it for daily runs and now speed work. It's definitely a home run of a shoe in my personal opinion. On Thursdays, I usually do just like a kettlebell workout, strength, and I don't run. Due to my schedule, I had to flip a couple workouts out, and I ran kind of like an easy kind of day. On Thursday, I did about a little over 5 miles, about 50 minutes, and that's what it called for. Run BMT had a 45 to 60 minute workout, and I just kept it pretty darn easy for this run. I kept it in that 9:33 pace. Again, trying to keep it in that zone 1, really baby the legs, and really just focus on my breathing and just making sure my body feels right. For this one, I used the Salomon Aero Glide 2. And I was surprised about that shoe. This is my first Salomon road shoe that I've ever tried, and actually it was really nice. It definitely fits a little bit on the narrow side. Not an issue for me, but I definitely could see that being an issue for some people, but really good. Like the foam, it's a little bit firmer, but not too firm where it bothers my feet. Friday was an off day. I was actually traveling for work. I did absolutely nothing. I didn't even do kettlebell workouts. I just traveled, came home, and pretty much went to bed. Saturday was a fun one. This was race day. It's been a while since I pinned on a bib, and it feels good to pin a bib on. I'm not gonna lie. So I did a local race. It's the Frostbite 5 miler. I was not going to PR with this one. Honestly, after traveling the day before, I didn't even really want to run this race, to be quite frank. I didn't feel great. I just wanted to sleep all day. But I did get out there and I did the run, and it was so much fun. I forgot how much fun it is to race with the community, and I had a blast. I really did. Again, this one was more of like a training run. I wasn't going for a PR. I was not redlining this one, but I did really well. I did about 5 miles, a little over 5 miles with the course, and I kept a 6:41 pace. That was my average pace. And this thing was pretty darn hilly, so being able to keep that paces felt really good. And honestly, my overall time was about 33 minutes and 57 seconds. I'll take that with not redlining the whole thing, especially with the hills. One thing I kept telling myself, and I'm going to keep in the back of my mind, especially for the Delaware, because there is a hill in this one, is what goes up must go down. So I kept a steady effort going up the hills, and then I really focused on just letting go on the downs. I was in control, I felt strong, but I really wanted to just go down on the downs and feel really good. But overall, that race was so much fun. There was like 700 people at this race. And for a local race, just a 5-miler, that was freaking cool. I loved it. The whole environment was fantastic. The Ambler running group definitely put on a show. If you're in the PA area, I highly recommend this one. And then to top off the whole week, I did a 16-mile long run on Sunday. Another ego check for me. I did 16 miles the previous week, and I was like, dude, I can do 16 miles again. I can probably do them in my sleep. And then Run BMT, you threw a curveball at me in the plan. Now I knew this was coming into it, but when you kind of look at it the day before, you're like, what the heck? So this run I did 4 miles warm up, really easy, around that 8:30 pace, nothing crazy. Then I jumped into paces. Now it was two times at about like a 7:10 pace, then an easy, then 2 at 7:10 pace with 1 easy, then 1 tempo at about a 6:40, and then 1 easy, and then cruise to the end for a total of 16 miles. That was hard. That was really hard. This is actually the first time I've ever done a long run with paces in the middle. I've never done this before. And again, I haven't done many marathons or many plans with a coach. This was really good. And I felt really comfortable, actually. I felt really good. But that last tempo where I did a 6:40 pace, my legs were barking. My legs were like, what are we doing, Cody? This is not supposed to be a fast run. But overall, I got it done. My overall pace was about like an 8-minute pace, and I'll take that. That felt really good. It was about 2 hours and 9 minutes. Again, I will take that. The day before I did a race, so I'm coming into this with pretty tired legs. Plus, I did rock climbing with the family. So rock climbing, race the day before, being able to hit my paces and feel still really good, I will take that any day of the week. So overall, this week was a good one. I averaged about 40 miles, a little less, but it felt really good. My body felt really good. Oh, for my long run, I did use the new Hoka Mach 4 or Mach 6. That's a good shoe. I'm not exaggerating, 16 miles out of the box. That was a very good shoe. I think people are going to be happy with that. I love that they added rubber at the bottom, and it felt really, really good. I'm not going to exaggerate. I took that out of the box. The foam also feels really good. I was able to not only do the 8:30 paces feel comfortable, but drop it into the 6:40s for that 1 mile, and it felt really good. So again, the Mach 6 by Hoka coming out in March. I think people are going to be happy with that one. I will point out, though, it runs a little bit more narrow than previous versions, and I think people have been complaining about Hoka's getting a little bit more narrow. This one's definitely on that mark of more narrow. Again, this was a great week overall. Good ego check. My body feels good. My legs are feeling strong. I feel really happy with my progress. I'm trusting the plan Run BMT is putting together. 40 weeks this week. A lot of runs, a lot of intensity. Week 3 is in the books. Now all eyes are on week 4.